So in movies, they always try to make it look like this. But I'm here to tell you all that that is not how losing your virginity goes. Now, before we get caught up in this video, please make sure if you haven't hit that subscribe button already, go ahead and do that. Hit that like button. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. I'm gonna try to put all the information below. Instagram, Happily Hester After, and my personal Instagram, ama.rel. Make sure that you all hit that follow button. Anyway, let's get into things. So, your first time losing your virginity, popping your cherry, deflowering yourself. There are so many different ways that you can say it, but it's basically the first time that you have sex. Now, in the movies, they always try to make it seem like it's this memorable and even super pleasurable experience that you have after you meet somebody and you touch pinkies and you're like, oh my gosh, and then next thing you know, they're falling into bed and like, oh, and then what she does is they always do this. Yeah, they have like a one actual second of pain, and then they're like, all moving around and Titanic and all the hair all over the place, moaning and all that stuff. And let me tell you something, you have been deceived if you believe that that is the truth, because I was deceived, because I believed that that was the truth. And then my first time, I was like, it wasn't, I'm not gonna say it was awful, it just was not like that. Now, pain. I felt that the most important thing to remember here, before we even get all up into personalities and personal experiences and everything, before we get into like personal experiences and everything, the main thing to remember is that everybody's bodies are different, everybody's experiences are different, everybody feels things differently, people have different pain tolerances, all that stuff. So, you know, what I may have went through, what I may have felt may not be like what you felt. And, you know, maybe some of the girls in these movies and TV shows, they really did experience a split second of pain and then it was all movie star sex. But the problem is that they make it seem like that's how it is for everybody all the time, and people don't want to talk about what happens when it's not like a movie. People don't want to talk about what got cut out during the rough cuts, you know. So that's what I'm gonna talk to you all about. Sometimes it is very painful. Like sometimes you be like screaming out in pain, especially if you are a little bit more like, I don't want to say tight, but like a little bit more finicky. And some women are like this, where, you know, when somebody touches you, you're just like, ooh, and you kind of freeze up. And a lot of the time, not only do you do that like in real life, but you do that, you know, when it's time to have sex. So when you're trying to have sex, this guy's trying to, you know, love on you and stuff, and you're just like, oh my gosh, it hurts so bad. And sometimes it does. Sometimes it hurts a lot. Some people experience bleeding. Some people experience just like, people have really weird experiences with sex. And so if you go out and you have your first time, you lose your virginity, and it's not like how it is on the movie screen, do not feel ashamed. Do not feel like you're the odd one out, because chances are you are not. Chances are the people in those movies and TV shows, they are the odd ones out, because, you know, for the most part, most of the women that I've heard talk about it have not had those movie star experiences. Now, you know, we can talk about the second time, which is often on that same night, which is normally a lot better, but yeah, I'm talking about that first time when you're just like, first of all, a lot of people, it's your first time. If you never like watched pornography or, you know, engaged in masturbation or anything, you don't know anything about sex. If you're going into this and you're first of all like, is this going into the same hole as when I urinate? No, it's not. There's another hole. And I'm not trying to be like funny or anything, or like, you know, try to act up, but some people really don't know. Like some people really think that they go in the same hole. They do not have them go in the same hole. I don't even think it's gonna fit, but you know, yeah, it's a different hole. It's and it's a different experience. The best part about, you know, losing your virginity and everything is the add up part, the foreplay. The foreplay is fun. That's why it's called foreplay. Foreplay, fun. Foreplay, fun. Fun. You know, that part is great, but I'm talking about that penetration part. Now, age, whenever you start having sex, also has a lot to do with it, because, you know, chances are the older you are, the more knowledge that you gain just from like hearing about other people's experiences, watching YouTube videos. You know, you have a little bit more wisdom about it, and so you're a little bit more prepared. You've done your research and everything, read the Kama Sutra, and you're just a little bit more prepared, you know, versus when you're like, I don't know, 15, 16, and you're trying to have sex and you're like, oh my gosh, which hole does it go in? And you know, that's not bashing anybody, but that's the truth. The older you are, the wiser you are. You know, do your research, which is how it is. Now, you know, me, I don't believe in premarital sex. So me and Daryl, we lost our virginities to each other. So I lost my virginity at, I forgot when I got married. I lost my virginity at 18, which I feel like is kind of like a normal age. I'm feeling like a lot of people lose it sometime around 18 or high school or something. I'm not naive. I'm Christian, but I'm not naive. I know people be losing their virginity before I did, so you know. But some people might do it a little bit younger. When do I feel like is an appropriate age? When you're married. And I ain't gonna change that. So that's not really a question for me. Now, when it comes to, you know, doing the deed and whatnot, if you already know you're gonna be feeling pain, well, actually you can't know because you're a virgin. The safest thing, what I wish I would have done was before everything gets started, maybe like 30 minutes or so, like before y'all get started, before the foreplay and everything, take a couple of Tylenols. A couple Tylenols ain't gonna kill you. So that way, by the time it's time for penetration, you ain't, you know, screaming bloody murder as loud. You as bad. You know, maybe take you some, just because you don't know how you're gonna take it. You'd rather be safe than sorry. You want to have as much fun as possible. So, you know, take a couple of Tylenol so that you can just be ready for it, and then just have fun. And that's the important part. A lot of the time, people think that if they don't have that movie experience, then they didn't do it right, or, you know, sex isn't fun. But, you know, honestly, the truth is, sex is sweaty and sloppy, but it is so much fun. You just have to figure out what you like. And the beautiful thing is that the decision is yours. You decide if you want to shave. You decide if you want to light candles. You decide if you want to wear lingerie. You decide if you want it to be in your bedroom or at a fancy hotel or whatever. You have that decision, and you get to choose how you want to do it, and you get to make it special, and you get to have fun. But I just don't want you to go into this feeling like your bodies are gonna melt together perfectly and slip, and you know, it's not gonna be like hot in there. Like, why don't they be sweating in the sex scenes? They just be like, they don't sweat, like, but you sweat during sex. You be working, it's work. And that's just being honest, like, really. And you know, that stuff is normal. Sometimes your limbs flim around all awkwardly. It's your first time, you've never done this before. You don't know what's going on. You don't know where to put your hands or where to put your legs even. You know, stuff sounding all sticky and sticking all together and whatnot. But that's what's fun about it, because you learn and you figure it out with your partner, and it is a fun experience, honestly. Just maybe not that first time, and that's okay. So, you know, even if your first time isn't glamorous and all that, take note, because you learn more and more about yourself. But the main point here is to just have fun. Don't expect everything to be like it is in the movies, because that's why they're in the movies. They're supposed to glamorize it and make it look beautiful. And it's not always like that, and that is okay. You are not weird. You are very much normal. So anyway, y'all, I just wanted to make a short video talking to you all about the truth about losing your virginity and trying to just banish that idea that Hollywood has given us, thinking that it's going to be like Titanic. It's not, you know. So I hope this was able to help you. Comment below if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. As usual, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Follow us on Instagram, social media, all this stuff, links below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Just remember, God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. Lord willing, I will see y'all next time. Bye.